everyone, come back to my book report video. My name is Yuliatu Rohmah and I'm from Erlangga University. In this video, I want to show you about my book report. And the title of this book is Heart of Darkness. This book is written by Joseph Conrad. Hope you enjoy this video. Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. The title of this book is Heart of Darkness. It is written by Joseph Conrad and first published in 1902. The genre of this book is adventure, and the number of pages is 133. It is fiction book. Setting of the story. The story happened around 1899, and it takes place in London, England, and Congo, Africa. The main characters in the story are Charles Marlowe and Mr. Kurtz. Charles Marlowe is the protagonist of Heart of Darkness. He is philosophical, independent mind, and generally skeptical of those around him. He is the storyteller in this story. And Mr. Kurtz, the antagonist of Heart of Darkness, the chief of the inner station and the objects of Marlowe's quest. He is talented, charismatic, and has powerful influence of the people in his life. From this image, we can see that the center character in the story is Mr. Kurt. Marlowe is fascinated by Kurt, and he is amazed by the accountant. But the accountant wants to impress Kurt. And the harlequin, who worships Kurt like a god. Then, the manager. Marlowe thinks that the manager has done sabotage because the manager invites Mr. Kurtz, but Mr. Kurtz despises him. And lastly, the intended. Marlowe pities for her ignorance, and because she is devoted to Kurt. From this image we can see that the center character in the story is Mr. Kurtz. Marlowe is fascinated by Kurtz, and he is amazed by the accountant. But the accountant wants to impress Kurtz. And then Harlequin, who worships Kurtz like a god. Plot of the story. The story is interesting and has a lot of surprise. The story is narrated by Charles Marlowe as the main protagonist. Heart of Darkness begins on board the Neily, a small ship moored on Thames River in London. There are directors of companies as their captain, a lawyer, an accountant, and Marlowe, the novel protagonist. To break the silence, Marlowe begins to tell his tale about the voyage to the Congo. The story told is about his early life as a ferry boat captain. Although his job was to transport ivory downriver, Marlowe develops an interest in investing an ivory procurement agent, Kurtz. Marlowe finally makes it to Kurtz. Kurtz has taken command over a tribe of natives who he now employs to conduct raids on surrounding regions. Kurtz dies on the journey back up the river, but not before revealing to Marlowe the terrifying glimpse of human evil he's been exposed to. After that, Marlowe is visited by various characters from Kurt's former life, the life he led before finding the dark interior of himself in Africa. A year after his return to Europe, Marlowe pays Kurt's partner visit. She is represented, as several of Hearts of Darkness female characters are, as naively sheltered from the awfulness of the world. Heart of Darkness ends as the director, one of Marlowe's audience, sees a mass of brooding clouds gathering on the horizon. What seems to him to be heart of an immense darkness. The evaluation of this book is the opening of the story is great. The story is not too long and only 133 pages. The characters in the story are few, and the language used is easy to understand. In my opinion, this book is suitable read for teenagers. The main antagonist is adored by many people, and I think it's a little bit different from any other book, so it's a good thing. But this book is a little bit offensive to African.
So, from the presentation before, do you know why I like this book so much? Yeah, because this book is different from any other book that I have read before. In this book, the main antagonist is loved by everyone. He is so charismatic that everyone adore him. Yeah, he is Kurtz. And for recommendation of this book, of course, I recommend you to read this book. Why? Because this book is interesting, and this book has only 131 pages, so that we can read it in one day. And I think this book is suitable read for teenagers too. So that's all. Thank you for watching and goodbye.